Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be using the e.l.f. So Bright Now palette, and this is what it looks like. And the first time that I saw this, my eyes immediately went to these beautiful spring greens. And so that's what I'm going to be using today, because those have always been my favorite shadows in this palette. So this month I've been trying to do videos using things that are going to be thrown out in August due to their age. So I want to use things like One Last Time. So yeah, this is what we are doing today. Now it's an interesting assortment of colors, and this is not what I would have put together had I been designing this palette, because I don't really like the idea of being forced to use one of these three mattes to go with some of these other colors, because I don't like, this is a matte, but I don't really think that I would want to put this or this, because these two are both mattes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to use either one of those with these greens. I just wouldn't put those colors together. So I wish that they hadn't gone this route, because it kind of forces me to use one of these now if I want to use the greens, or pull in another palette, which I might have to do anyway, because what's missing from here? A dark color. So when you use an inexpensive eyeshadow brand like e.l.f., it's always a good idea to do a finger swatch of the shades that you're thinking about putting together, so that you know if you're going to need a colored base or not. So let me swatch those two greens for you, and they're pretty pigmented. So I think I'll be okay without a colored base. I had one on standby just in case. I've got this NYX Jumbo pencil in Macaron. I think that would have been a little light anyway, so I guess I'm not going to need that. Alright, so I am going to do a nude lip today. So when I do a nude lip, I like to use bronzer as a blush. And this is also going to be thrown out in August, and I highly recommend it. It is the Hard Candy Instant Summer Natural Powder Bronzer in the shade Toasted. I don't know, there's something about this color and this texture. I just love it. So let's start by using my old e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to use that as a blush. I mean, when you're using these funky colors like this spring green, sometimes it's hard to decide what you're going to do for a blush and a lipstick. So if I'm not sure what I want to do, I'll just go with nude colors. Now, another thing that's going to be thrown out in August that is absolutely stunning is the Hard Candy Rose Gold highlighter. Yeah, this is so, so pretty. And I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild fan brush, and I'm going to just mix all three colors, and then go right across the top of my cheekbones. So yeah, these two unfortunately will be leaving in August, because I've had them for a long time. Okay, so next I'm going to prime my eyes with my Morphe Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Debut. And like I said, I guess I'm not going to need a colored eyeshadow base. If I swatch something and it swatches really sheer, I'll start looking at my cream eyeshadows and decide, what I might need. But yeah, these spring green eyeshadows in this palette by e.l.f. are pretty unique. You know, you don't normally see greens that color. It blows my mind how many shades of green exist in the world, because to me it's one of the most diverse colors that there are in the world of makeup. And these spring type greens, you just don't see them much. Okay, just want to make sure that I get right down to the lash line so we don't have like a line of separation there. Very good. Okay. Now what I think I want to do, if you look at this palette, so this is a matte and this is a shimmer. And you know, you'd think they would have done it the other way around. You'd think they would have given you a lighter shimmer color and then made that a matte so that we could use that in the crease. But no, that's why I say if I was designing this palette, I would have made quite a few different choices. And then, like, can't use that as a highlight shade. That gold would not look good with those shades of green. It's too dark of a shade of gold. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to grab my Urban Decay blending brush, and we're going to start with the lighter shade. Yeah, that's pretty pigmented. No lacking pigmentation there. And even though this is a lighter shade, I'm going to go in the crease with this. And because it is a lighter shade than the other one, I don't have to worry about going too far or using too much because it's light, so it's going to blend out however much I need it to. So I'm going to put this just like I would with any crease outer corner color. So I can use pretty much as I want here. Because it's a light color. Now, for whatever reason, it's not really showing up on camera as dark as it is in real life. Because in real life, this is plenty. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my brush over because it's a two-sided brush, and I'm going to go into the shimmer shade on the end here. And I'm going to put that on the lid. Now, once you see these two colors side by side like this, there doesn't really look like a lot of difference between the depth of the colors. Like that lid shade doesn't really look like it's that much deeper than the other shade. Yeah, sometimes when you use things, they don't end up, you know, looking the way you thought they were going to. All right, next, what I'm going to do, because I kind of feel like I have to, is I'm going to need to pull in another color from another palette. Let's go into Hard Candy Envy. And I am going to need this Hunter Green on the end here. Okay, let's take a clean brush. This color is very hard pressed in the pan, so you may have to dig your brush in a little bit more. And we're going to put that in the outside part of my eye. Yeah, I just feel like those oranges, I don't know. I think most people would have gone for those for the crease shade and the outer part of the eye, but I just don't like those types of colors together. But that's, personal preference, I think. I thought about doing it that way, but I just knew instinctively that I would not like the results. Okay, I went up a little too high in one spot, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just get off that little bit that's too much. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, oh, look, see there's a little gap there. Why does that always happen? Um, there we go. Fill in the gap. Much better. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back into my face highlighter palette and see how light this gold is in comparison to that other one that we looked at. Let's use that as the highlight inner corner shade. Take a clean brush and go into that. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like these multicolored types of highlighter palettes because then you've got choices, depending on what you're doing, if you want to use it on your eyes. Did I put some in the inner corner? Yes, I did. Okay, next I'm going to take a detail brush, and this is by Profusion, and we're going to go back into that hunter green color in the Hard Candy Envy palette. And put some of that on my lash line. I'm just trying to do a little tiny bit at a time because I don't want this to be too much. And make sure it's connected in the corner to what you did on the outside there. Okay, you know what? I'm looking at this and I just have to put a little bit more of the hunter green color right there. Okay, now I'm going to shut off the camera, play catch up with the other eye, curl my lashes, use my Essence Lash Princess Mascara, and then we're gonna do a lip and I'm gonna show you something that I don't think I've showed you yet. Okay, I haven't added my mascara yet. Did you catch which step I forgot? Eyeliner. Okay, I think this might work. This is the LA Colors Neon Gel Eyeliner in the shade Manic, and I think this might be the right color family for this. So let's put a little bit of that on. Okay. Now I can curl my lashes and put my mascara on. Okay, so for my lip combo, I think I have talked about this liner before, but definitely not talked about the lipstick I'm going to use. So for a liner, I'm going to use the NYX Line Loud in Global Citizen, which is a nude. But yeah, think I think I had talked about this because it was a possible dupe for something. I think. When you film videos every day, it's hard to remember what you've talked about and what you haven't. Okay, now this is the last thing I bought at a store before I made the decision that I was only going to buy one or two indie products a month and just use the products that I have in my collection. So this is like the last lipstick that I bought before I made that decision. So you won't be seeing any more new lipsticks for a while unless they're indie. But this is Revlon Cream Finish Lipstick number 756 in Nude Fury. These Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks, you guys, have been around forever, but if you've never bought a Revlon lipstick in your life, the formula of these is just like a high-end luxury lipstick. Like if you've ever bought like a Tom Ford lipstick or a Burberry lipstick or something super expensive, the formula is fantastic. It's just like those. So this is a very interesting shade of nude, and I think it's going to go good with that lip liner. Because you want your lipstick to be a little bit lighter than the liner that you're using with it. So because I went with this shade of nude and the bronzer as blush, I probably could have used one of these colors to tie it all together, but I don't know, I just didn't want to. But yeah, I could have done that. But this palette, I like it, but I don't love it. The purple is very nice, and the blue is very nice. These two matte shades here, but like there's nothing for the purple to go with here. And this glittery blue, that shade is not my favorite in terms of like performance. So I don't think I would repurchase this because it's too all over the place, you know? It's not cohesive enough, really. I mean, if you want to do different colors in a palette, fine, but at least split it in half and do it half and half like that Melt one that I showed you, the blueprint, where they went one direction for half the palette and then another direction for the other half. So at least you have things that go together, you know? So I don't think I would repurchase this because I don't like the idea that I had to bring in another palette. It's green to go with those greens just to finish it the way that I like to do makeup. So I hope you enjoyed that though. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up because it helps my channel when you do. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.